Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word. Today we are jumping into Judges and we are concluding our talk about Samson. It's the end of his life here. And the title today is Don't Let Your Death Be More Significant Than Your Life. Okay? Don't let your death be more significant than your life. And that's taken from Judges 16, verses 23 through 31. Let me read that to you. It says this, Now the rulers of the Philistines assembled to offer a great sacrifice to Dagon, their god, and to celebrate, saying, Our God has delivered Samson, our enemy, into our hands. Truth be told, it wasn't their God that delivered him into their hands. It was our God, the Lord God, that had had left Samson. We talked about that last time that we met. He had left Samson, so he was easily captured. Verse 24, When the people saw him, they praised their God, saying, Our God has delivered our enemy into our hands, the one who laid waste our land and multiplied our slain. While they were in high spirits, they shouted, Bring out Samson to entertain us. So they called Samson out of prison, and he performed for them. When they stood among the pillars, Samson said to the servant who held his hand, Put me where I can feel the pillars that support the temple, so that I may lean against them. Now the temple was crowded with men and women. All the rulers of the Philistines were there, and on the roof were about 3,000 men and women watching Samson perform. Okay, so there, all the bigwigs are there watching Samson. Right, not watching. I mean, they're putting on a show, by having him probably in a cage or whatever. Well, not in a cage, but shackled up, because they're leading him around. So they're showing him off, really, is what they're doing. But all the bigwigs from the Philistines are there. Okay? Verse 28, Then Samson prayed to the Lord, Sovereign Lord, please remember me. Please, God, strengthen me just one more, and let me with one blow get revenge on the Philistines for my 2 eyes. What in the world? I mean, you would think Samson would have learned by now that the world doesn't revolve around him, but it's even in this last prayer here, he's praying to God. He's praying, Lord, give me the strength. And his prayer is, give me the strength so I can get revenge because they poked my 2 eyes out. Not what you have called me to do, but to seek revenge on that. That's what Samson is driven by all the way till the end, the revenge. Verse 29, Then Samson reached toward the 2 central pillars on which the temple stood, bracing himself against them, his right hand on one and left hand on the other. Samson said, Let me die with the Philistines. Then he pushed with all his might, and down came the temple on the rulers and on the people in it. Thus he killed many more when he died than when he lived. Let me reread that last sentence there. Then he killed many more when he died than when he lived. Then his brothers and father's whole family went down to get him. They brought him back and buried him between Zorah and Eshtaol in the tomb of Manoah, his father. He led Israel 20 years. The thing is, he had more significance in his death than he did in his whole life. It says right here that he killed more people in his death, really by suicide, than he did his whole life. And that's, what God had called him to do was, lead a life of leadership and, saving Israel. And he ended up leading a life of selfishness, womanizing, and, in the end, it was even driven by revenge all the way to the end, to his death. His last prayer was driven out of revenge. So in the end, he had more significance in his death than he did in his life. Hopefully we're not that way. Hopefully your life, when people look back on your life, they remember how you lived and what you did, not about how you died, okay? Hopefully it's not like that. There's some people ask a question like, if you were, if you went to the doctor and he said, you have 30 days to live, what are you going to do? Hopefully it would be the same as what you're doing now. Hopefully you're not going, oh, if I only had 30 people or 30 days to live, I'd be telling everyone about Jesus and living for the Lord and stuff. You'd be like, well, why aren't you doing that now? Okay, so that's my question today to you is this: are you living today as if it's your last day, serving the Lord the way you should be, or are you just like living your own life, being selfish, kind of like Samson was, and even to the point of death, where in the end it was like, at the end he was more significant then. So just watch that in your life. Live your life today like it's the end, and so that your life has significance, not your death has significance. All right, thanks for watching. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word, and I'll see you tomorrow as we continue jumping into Judges. We'll see you then. Lord's blessing to you.